Hi, I'm Amber from Amber's Craft Week blog, and welcome back to the Heyday Challenge, where we go through various pages of the book Heyday and do activities relating to them. Today we're going to be making a slam book. As you can see, this page has a little heart post-it note on it, meaning that when I was a kid I really wanted to make this. A slam book is a perfectly good way to kill a lunch break. Get a spiral notebook or one of those black and white composition books. Number each page down the side 1 through 25, then at the top of every page write a question. Dig deep here. Pretend you're some interviewer on the telly asking celebrities truly personal questions about their lives. Then pass it around to your friends and random cute strangers. They each pick a secret number and write in their answers to each question on each page on the particular line. Don't forget to fill in your own answers too, but wait till some others have done so. That way you're not the first and so obvious, not so secret writer. Now this probably will come as a surprise to absolutely none of you, but I was not a particularly popular kid when I was growing up. So while I would have had a notebook on hand, I didn't really have necessarily like the friend group to make something like this happen. I really wanted to make a slam book for part of the challenge because that was something that I really wanted to do when I was a kid, but I'm also not a particularly popular person as an adult. And I didn't want to just make this book and have it sit around and do nothing with it. So I thought, well, when am I going to be with a large group of people and have the opportunity to ask them questions in this book format? And so I decided to make a wedding slam book. So I went ahead earlier and designed a cover for it. And the text is a little bit hard to see. So it says Amber and Brian's Adventures in Wonderland Wedding Slam Book. And then I just put a picture of ourselves on there and surrounded by some silver hearts. And so yeah, that's my cover. So the first page is instructional. And I'm probably going to have this in one of those clear plastic stands on the table at the wedding with the other pages, so people can just look at it and see the instructions. And the other pages I'm going to have, they're going to be loose leaf for the wedding so people can pass them around. It'll be a lot easier than having them all bound into a book. Now some of the attendees at our upcoming wedding may be watching this video, so I don't want to give away everything in this because I want there to be some surprises. But here are some samples of the questions. Some of the questions I tailored toward the wedding itself, while other questions I have just more general kind of slam book style questions. So one is, what advice do you have for the couple? That's kind of a common thing that people like to ask at weddings. I have, how did you meet Amber and how did you meet Brian as kind of their own pages. For example of a slam book style question, I have, what are your favorite foods? I also have like a free draw page, so it just says draw something. So for people who are more artistic, give them some space for that. So it's just a bunch of different questions. I'm also going to have some blank pages there, so if there are things that people want to write about that they don't have, like there isn't a question asked in here, that they'll have the space to do that. Or if there's a question they really want to answer and they run out of space, because there's not a ton of space on these pages. So most of these pages I will have multiples of, so that people can write a lot or a little. And a lot of people can write on them, but you may still run out of space. Like the advice one, I imagine, is probably going to be a popular one. People like to do wedding advice. So that's a sneak peek at the wedding slam book. I may do a more detailed post on it after the wedding, once everyone who's been there has had a chance to see the questions and participate. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to bind it. My idea for now is probably a hole punch and then use some ribbon, some pretty ribbon to tie it together, but we'll figure that out when we get closer to time. I'm planning on having this available during the reception while Brian and I and the rest of our wedding party and our family and stuff are out taking photos. This will give people something that they can do while they're waiting for dinner. So that's my wedding slam book so far. And since it's not finished yet, if you have any ideas for questions, I'd love to see them in the comments below, because I still have a little bit of time for the wedding, so I can still add some new things, change some things up. I have probably about 15 to 20 questions. Some of these are duplicate pages, so but there's probably 15 to 20 different questions in here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, I'd love it if you gave it a like. If you want to see more videos in the Heyday series, then you may want to subscribe. If you want to see more crafts in general, or wedding crafts in particular, then you may also want to check out my craft blog, amberscraftweek.blogspot.com. I don't have a lot up there yet, but I'm planning on having a bunch starting in June, so once we get through the wedding. Thanks for watching and have a great day!